Hey, how you doing? This is KL, and it's about 2:45 in the AM. I know you're thinking, why is he not in bed? Well, one, I'm on vacation. Two, this is normally the time that I have to myself to get into some thinking and to get into some writing or whatever I need to do. I'm just a night owl, so I enjoy being up at this time, and I get my rest later on and get up a little bit later in the morning when I don't have to work. Well, I was sitting here and I decided to finally use this camera on my computer. And in thinking about what I wanted to say, I got to thinking about effort and the amount of effort needed to reach the goals that we say we want. And so this is what I came up with. You have to look at the level of the effort that you're putting into the things that you're doing. And if you're not putting in maximum output, if you're not putting in maximum effort to gain maximum output, how can you really obtain the goals that you're after? I mean, you do anything long enough, you'll eventually get to some type of ending. But within a reasonable time and with some type of reasonable gain, your effort dictates that. I mean, look at it this way. Let me use myself as an example. I'm an educator, I'm an author, and I'm now a publisher. I am attempting to put the effort needed in all three areas so I can be successful. Now, of course, being an educator comes easier. I've been doing it longer. I have a greater understanding of what's needed to be a quality educator. So my effort there comes with not as much resistance, personal or otherwise. But as an author and as a publisher, well, I have as much experience as an author as I do a publisher since I published myself. And so it's been a learning process, and I am learning the amount of effort needed to get the things done that has to be completed in a timely fashion. And I am challenging myself to learn about a field that I didn't go to school to learn about. Now, that makes it very difficult to attempt to put maximum output, maximum effort to gain maximum output in an area that you're not familiar with, but it's needed. So with all of that said, how do you know if it's working? Well, you have to consider what the goal is and did you reach it? So far in my short career as an author, I feel I've reached some of the goals that I've set. I didn't get to the output goals that I was after, and that is because of my lack of knowledge in some areas. So I don't believe I sold as many books as I could have if I had maybe taken 6 months, maybe even another year to learn more. So now, since that time, I've had other projects, and now becoming a publisher where I now extend what I know to others to help them to gain the status that I have as a self-published author. I am now required to have to place effort into my own projects as well as someone else's projects, and to make sure that I meet those deadlines so that person working with me can gain everything that they're placing their money to get, if that makes sense. And it is an interesting journey. I find that I don't have time for foolishness. I don't have time for games. I realize that I have to learn and learn on the fly. So I guess being an educator helps because now I have to teach myself how to make sure that I'm doing certain things well, pushing to do other things better, and then continually making sure that I pay attention to the level of effort that I'm giving. Because the minute that I ease back, well, then nothing gets done. Because as the title says, self-published is meaning you do it yourself. And so I hope that if you're looking at this video, you take the time to consider to yourself, whatever the feel is that you're in, whether it's just sitting in your house and being the best housewife, at your job, I don't care what it is in your life that you're considering to be or to grow into, or whatever your goals are, you have to check the level of output for what you're doing. You have to. You have to check and see, are you at that maximum output? Are you giving that maximum, let me see, I'm tired. Are you giving that maximum effort? And then are you then putting it into motion in the right places? I mean, you could give maximum effort to beat on a wall and gain nothing. Take that same effort with the right tool and you could destroy that wall. So the question now has to be, are you putting that effort into the right thing with the right things available to you to gain the goal that you want? And if you're not, then the next question, of course, is why aren't you? What's preventing you? I was watching Set It Off today, and Jada Pinkett Smith had a line when she was speaking to Blair Underwood. She said, "I feel like I'm in a cage." And he said, "Well, what are you going to do about it? What are you doing to get yourself out of that cage?" And I thought that that was such an apropos answer to life. You may feel boxed in, caged in whatever it is that you're doing. The question becomes, what are you doing to get out of it? So it comes back to the maximum effort for whatever the goal is. So wherever you are right now in your life, if you want it to change and want it to change quickly, you must then apply the maximum effort to the situation. So if that means you have to go out and learn more, go back to school, buy books, whatever you got to do to learn, whatever it is that you need to learn, then do so. So when you apply the maximum effort and push to the output that you are now capable of, you'll be doing it for the right reasons, with the right tools, and of course then you should get the right outcomes. That's not a guarantee, but luck favors the prepared. So again, know that I should be in bed, but I have some work to do. I'm going to stay up for a little while longer. I hope that this helps someone, and I hope that you gain something from this, and I hope that as you sit down and look in the mirror, you ask yourself, am I giving all that I can give to gain exactly what it is that I want? Take care, and God bless.